Hello, and thank you for tuning in to Kentucky Good Vibes. I'm your host, DISHAYNA Perkins, and today I have the pleasure of interviewing the very beautiful, talented, iconic singer, songwriter, Miss Denise Williams, aka Miss Niecy. How are you today?
I am wonderful, sweetheart. How are you?
I'm pretty good, pretty good. Excited to see that you're going to be coming in concert November the 12th, you and Babyface. I'm definitely going to come and support you.
Oh, good, good, good. Well, they should come out. It's going to be a wonderful evening, a lot of music that you guys know and love. So we're going to have a good time.
Absolutely. And I also saw that your birthday is June the 3rd. My birthday is June the 5th, so I'm assuming you're a Gemini.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, I am. I'm a twin all the way.
Me too. Yeah, I'm a Gemini, June the 5th. I'll be
Yep.
43.
Oh, you're a baby.
Oh, yeah. So let's go ahead and get started. And the first question that I have is, who is Denise Williams?
Oh my gosh. Well, she's a mother, she's a grandmother, she's a great grandmother. And she's a woman that loves her family, loves the Lord, and who wants to use the gift that God gave her to bless people. And, you know, she's a realtor. She loves real estate. She's a businesswoman. She's a producer. She's a music publisher. She's a songwriter. She's a couple of things.
That's Gemini for you. Everybody says it about me. You got everything going on. I'm like, that's a Gemini for you.
That's right. That's what it is.
We just can't stop it. Don't matter what it is. We'll be like, okay,
no matter what it is.
I'm gonna go to the next thing, and then I'll come back to this.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. So how did you get started in the music industry?
Well, I'd always sang in the church. I started singing in the church children's choir when I was 3 years old. And then when I was 14, I had a cousin who lived in Detroit, Michigan, and his grandmother and my grandmother were sisters. And so when we were 14, he started coming to visit his grandmother for 1 week. And so we'd have a big family dinner, you know, to welcome John. His name was John, to welcome John in. And he would always brag that he knew Stevie Wonder. So we said, man, stop lying, Pinocchio, your nose is wrong. Everybody who lives in Detroit said they know Stevie Wonder. No, I know him. He's a friend of mine. And it was him 7 years later that got me the audition with Stevie Wonder. And I joined Wonderlove because of my cousin knowing Stevie. That's how I started in the music industry professionally.
So how's everything been going for you over the years with the music?
Well, I guess the awards and the people's love speaks for how successful I was able to get. You know, I have Grammys, American Music Awards. One of my songs was nominated for an Oscar. So, you know, I've done very well for myself. Done very well for myself in the music industry.
So when did you exactly realize that you had a gift for singing and being an entertainer?
I don't think I realized that I had a gift until Stevie Wonder chose me. There were about 20 other people that were auditioning for the same job. They were on 3, but there are a little over 20 people that were auditioning. And when I got chosen, I think that's when it hit me that I had something special.
Okay. So when you got your first big break, what was the first thing that you did? Or what was the first thing you spent your money on?
I think when I got my break and I got my check, you know what? I gave my first advance to everybody who looked me up. I got cousins that came out of the woodworks. You know, my family, you know, I was like, took that little, I think my first advance was like $20,000. That money was gone so fast because I was giving it away.
You didn't know what to do with it.
Well, you know, I didn't have an idea of what I wanted to do with it. But, you know, when my, you know, folks was coming, I need this, I need that. And it was the first time I had that amount of money. So I didn't think about it. So I was, you know, dishing it out until it got down to the last couple of grand. And I thought, wait a minute, I haven't done anything for myself.
Exactly. Exactly. Okay. So outside of music and entertaining the fans, what are your hobbies and interests?
Well, right now I am co-producing a theater piece on Ella Fitzgerald, Sarah Vaughan, and Pearl Bailey. And I'm very excited about that because these were three incredible Black women that during the 50s, certainly Ella and Sarah changed the face of music. Pearl Bailey did something on Broadway. She did Hello Dolly right after Carol Channing and still won a Tony for her performance. So I think the backstories of what these women went through and that they are the shoulders that certainly we stand on needs to be told. So I'm very excited about working on that theater piece. Also, I'm writing a book called Bringing Out the Queen in You, and it's based on the beautification process that Queen Esther went through before she could go before the king. So I'm very excited about that project as well.
Okay, so out of all of your music projects that you've released over the years, what would you say was your favorite or best work ever?
I can say it would be hard for me to pick a favorite because I work with so many incredible people. Certainly, the very first project, This Is Niecy with Maurice White and Earth, Wind and Fire was very, very special. But then when I went down and I got a chance to work with Tom Bell and I did Silly and a bunch of other music, incredible music together. And then being able to work with George Duke on Black Butterfly and Let's Hear It for the Boy. I've had an opportunity to work with some incredible people in my career. So it's hard to pick one over the other because every project had something special about it. But and I'm happy to be able to say that.
Okay. So what would you say was what has been your most memorable moment of all time, like as an artist?
Well, I think my most memorable moments, but there have been several. Certainly being able to tour with Stevie Wonder for 3.5 years, then leaving there and going and working with Earth, Wind and Fire for 3 years, and then leaving there and working with Tom Bell, working with George Duke. I've had some incredible moments in my career and also very special. So, it would be difficult for me to just pick one and say this was the most memorable. Working with Johnny Mathis on our duet, there's been a lot of incredible moments.
Okay. So in the near future or later on, do you plan on doing a gospel album? I know you started out in church. Do you plan on doing a gospel album or anything?
That's interesting that you said that because that kind of passed by my mind several days ago. I was thinking to myself, you should think in terms of doing another gospel project. So that's been put on my heart. Now you've brought it up, so I got to really seriously consider
it. Hit me.
Oh, you hit you, and now it's hitting me. Okay.
Yeah. So off the wall question, what was your first car?
My first what?
Car.
My first car was a 1967 Rambler.
What color?
My father, it was black. And my father, he gave me that car. But girl, what he didn't do is because I was going off to college. I went to Morgan State in Baltimore, Maryland. But what he didn't do, he didn't ask me if I had a driver's license, which I did not. I did not have a driver's license. So I drove 800 miles from Gary, Indiana to Baltimore, Maryland. No driver's license. I never confessed to that. He didn't ask and I didn't tell.
Oh, wow. So what about your first job?
My first job was actually working in a record store. Okay. My math teacher had a record store in Gary, Indiana. And so I wanted to go to college, in my senior year. But I knew I was going to have to make some money. So I asked him for a job in the record store. And that was my very first job.
Okay. So if given the opportunity, who would you like to work with in the music industry, like on a music project?
If I was given an opportunity, I would probably say Seal.
Okay.
And Probably Michael McDonald.
Okay, nice, nice. Okay. So I also seen that you had was in the 6th episode of the Dahmer show.
Oh my Lord Jesus.
Well, your song.
They told me my song was in the Dahmer story. I said, oh my God, Lord, how did I end up over there with him? But, you know, all I can say is send me my money. But I was shocked.
Send me my money.
That's why I'm saying, pay me. But you know, if they had asked my opinion, I would say that's okay. Don't do that. But
yeah, yeah. Like you said, send me my money. But you know,
that's
it's already done now.
That was a second thought. I got to get paid.
Yeah. So you just came back from being on tour. How was that?
It was really, really nice. I got a chance to perform with some incredible artists. It was a 6 weeks tour in London, and my sister went with me for 5 weeks. And that was so exciting because we had some really special time together going through London. We were there when Queen Elizabeth passed away. So we were there at a very historical moment. And it was great. The tours, the concerts were great. The audience, you know, are so loyal. And it was a wonderful tour. Tiring. It has taken me 4 days to come back to myself, but
yeah,
you know, with jet lag and the time difference. But it was great.
Yeah. So outside of the Louisville performance that you have coming up November the 12th, any more shows coming up? Any tours or anything?
I have shows coming up starting in January. I'm already booked from, I think, January to May of next year. And I don't know how that happened because I keep telling my sons I'm ready to quit. I don't want to tour anymore. And yet these dates keep popping up. So,
so you ready to retire?
I am, you know, not, I still want to do, with the book coming out, I would love to do speaking engagements. I love talking to people, encouraging people. So I'd love to do speaking engagements, and I'll still sing, you know, sing a song maybe in the beginning and at the end. But as far as going out and touring the way I just did 6 weeks in the UK, mama don't want to do that no more.
Yeah, and you did what, 20 shows?
Yeah, no, we did 15, 5 got
15?
10. We ended up doing 15 concerts, but it's, you know, different hotels, traveling on the, you know, the coach, on the bus, you know, different foods, and, you know, your lifestyle just goes into another gear. And that's the part that I am not going to miss.
Yeah, I see your records in the background. So let me see, what's the one in the back? I can't really tell what that one be.
Well, this one is, I don't know if you can see that one.
Yeah.
That's
your wall of fame.
Well, my wall of my career that I earned. So this one is for This Is Niecy. This is Niecy. I think this one over here is for Johnny Mathis and I. Johnny Mathis and I. I got one from Footloose that's up there, and a bunch of stuff.
So your grandkids and your kids, do they do music or have an interest in the music industry?
My son, one of my sons, is an incredible songwriter. So he's been writing, and he's got a project out called EQ. His latest song is called Parachute, and he's really just incredible. I am in awe at his songwriting because it takes me a while to write a song, and he just writes it like that. And it's like, oh, okay. You know, so he's in the industry. And then my older two sons, Kevin, takes care of, you know, helps me with my career. But my oldest son and him, Ken and Kevin, they have a television show called Lizzie. And Lizzie is a lake monster, but she also has friends in the lake. And one of the friends is ADHD. So a lot of the characters are going to be on special need kids.
Okay. That should be interesting.
Okay. Yeah.
So outside of the family life and the music, what's your me time?
Me time is sitting in front of the television, vegging out. I play too much solitaire, too much backgammon. And sipping on some wine. Yeah,
No,
that's me.
okay. I still
That's
don't know
me.
how to play solitary. I don't know how to play. I still don't know how to do poker or
Well,
spades, none of that.
I don't do any of that, but I will
Yeah.
play some backgammon, some mahjong, and some solitaire. That's me. That's me
Yeah.
time. I got to get on writing my book, so I need to get rid of some of that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So with that being said, do you have any like words of advice for those seeking to get into the music industry, like the younger crowd?
I do. I do. If you are a songwriter, I advise you to copyright all of your music before you send it out or share it with
Mhm.
anybody to protect yourself. If you can, establish your own publishing company, because that's another way you can make money, being your own publisher, being a songwriter. If you're an artist or singer, I advise you to join a local group so that you can get out there in clubs and in front of people, that they can hear you and develop your craft.
Okay.
And I also advise you to know that the music industry is a multi-billion-dollar business.
Mhm.
It is not just for fun and being famous. You need to read a book called This Business of Music and learn the business of music, which I've taught 3 times. I taught at Howard University, I taught at Indiana State University and Indiana University, the business of music.
Okay. So you said earlier that you wanted to start doing speaking engagement. So maybe we can collaborate on a project later on, and I bring the people, and you can
All right.
talk about the music industry.
Yes,
Certainly.
absolutely. Because like I said, it is a business. I know a lot of kids, have gotten in, and the record label or the management or the producers are making all the money, and they're not making the money that they should be making. So I need you to be a little bit smarter about the music industry.
Yeah, because I'm just stepping out there this year, and I mean, I actually performed November the 6th in Louisville, Kentucky.
Okay.
But everything is like hit me all at once, and then they're like, "Oh, you don't have to copyright your work. You don't have to do that." Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
You do.
I know what I'm supposed to do,
You
but
do.
you have people telling you what you don't have to do, what you don't need to do. And I'm like, no, I'm around people in the industry a little bit too much to know not to listen to that.
Yeah. No, well, they're supposed to say it, and you're supposed to say no.
Yeah, they say the poor man's copyright. Just mail it to yourself. I'm like, no, I don't do that. That
No,
poor man.
go to the Library of Congress and do it properly, so that legally you are bound as well.
Yes, I copyrighted all my music for sure. And I'm actually releasing some new music November the 1st. So
all right, good. Well, do that. Protect yourself, because if you don't, nobody else will.
yeah. So before we wrap up, I know you have to go and pick your grandbaby up.
Yeah.
Can I ask you to sing a song, a snippet of Free or Silly or one or the other?
Oh my God. That is so funny, because everybody wants me to sing. No, after all of
Or Gonna Take a Miracle.
Well, I've got to be free, free, free. And I just got to be me, yeah, me, me.
Thank you. Thank you.
No,
I know it was kind of sudden, like, girl, I got to pick my grandbaby up. You see what's happening? Free me. I got to be free.
I got to be free. That's right.
I got to be there at a certain time. But okay, thank you so much for interviewing with me. And is there anything else that you would like to add before we wrap up?
No, just come on out to the concerts. I look forward to meeting you in person, and hopefully your daughter as well. We're going to have a great time. So come out and join us.
Most definitely. I will be sure to make it. Thank you so much.
All righty. Take care, sweetheart.
You too.
Bye.
Bye-bye.